This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Welcome and thanks for joining us here on KPVM TV's News 25. Today is Friday, January 27th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, lots of animals, food, fun, and entertainment are on schedule for tomorrow's fundraiser at Nature Health Farms. Tatiana from Chris Angel invites everyone to attend.
The third annual fundraiser event at Nature Health Farms is happening Saturday, January 28th from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. Nature Health Farms is a family-owned hemp farm and petting zoo. All proceeds will go towards supporting the animals on the farm. Nature Health Farms is located on 351 Banarsh Road. Give them a call at 775-764-9880. The event will be hosted by Tatiana from The Chris Angle Show. She spoke to KPVM News 25 to tell us more about the event and the star-studded lineup.
Dean West and the Smoking Gun Band is coming, and they're coming here from 11 to 1. We are going to have hot air balloon rides, petting zoo for the kids, food trucks, cotton candy, live DJ, bull rides, face painting, live art by Janelle. We've got Z Maddox, our very own Deanna O'Donnell. Mike Hammer is coming all the way from Vegas to come and be our host. We have Angelina Alexon. We are also going to have over $2,000 in raffle and auction items, and we may have a celebrity auction. So come on down. You never know who you might take on a date.
It's going to be so much fun. Well, the Veterans Administration has expanded care available through the PACT Act. The Deputy Undersecretary Ronald S. Burke Jr. gives us all the details.
The PACT Act is the largest legislation in our history. It impacts and extends healthcare eligibility for veterans. It adds more than 20 new presumptive conditions for our veterans that were exposed to burn pits and other toxins. It adds additional presumptive locations for those exposed to Agent Orange and radiation. And it also provides veterans currently enrolled in our healthcare system with free toxic exposure screenings. And it has the potential to impact millions of our veterans and survivors. The PACT Act covers veterans from the Vietnam era through the Gulf War era to the post 9/11 era. So the new conditions that are covered under the PACT Act can be located on our va.gov/PACT website, and they are in effect now. The law passed on August 10th. We've been processing claims, and veterans can file those claims now, and we would encourage them to do so. We want those veterans and survivors to file a claim now. They may have entitlement now under the PACT Act, and we can encourage those veterans to either contact our 1-800-MY-VA-411 number. They can go to our va.gov/PACT website. They can go into any VA facility, or they can contact an accredited representative, and those representatives are also listed on our website. So extended coverage, both from the health side and from the benefits side, are addressed in the PACT Act. This PACT Act impacts millions of our veterans from the Vietnam era through the Gulf War era to our post 9/11 veterans. There are a lot of entitlements covered under the PACT Act, expanded health care and benefits, and we encourage folks to use our website. It is very user-friendly, and we encourage you to file your claims. For survivors, they may be asked to submit death certificates. Veterans may be asked to submit medical records if they have any treatment records, both private and or from service. But our va.gov/PACT website has a very useful step-by-step guide on how to file a claim. And we also have a list of accredited representatives on that website that are designed to assist veterans in filing those claims. va.gov/PACT or 1-800-MY-VA-411.
Well, town officials discussed a study for new classification and compensation for county employees.
There was discussion to approve a countywide classification and compensation study for all Nye County employees.
Prior to us going out for an RFP, we've received various comments from different board members on the comparisons that we do currently use for compensation studies, whether it's just in, I know HR looks at individual positions as requests come. When we're in negotiations, we are using those proposals during negotiations, and we've been questioned on the methods that we use, the objectives. Why aren't we using private sector? Why do we only use class 3? So we thought we would present to the board the ability to go out for a full compensation and classification study, because it's been over 10 years, 15 years that we've done it, with your approval and your input on what you would like to see that compensation and classification study look like.
Problem is money. I mean, if we try to make those comparisons to a situation where we're trying to look at maybe a little bit of Clark County so we don't lose these people, that means we got to come up with more money.
So I have found costs ranging from $75,000 to $125,000. So mid-range on other entities that have selected firms, roughly $75,000 to $85,000.
We have to consider that, particularly in Pahrump, we are part of the metropolitan area of Las Vegas. We have to compete with Las Vegas. We can't ignore that. And so that would take me completely out of the market of being able to hire an entry-level attorney. So you have to be careful of how you approach these things. So I really think it is important to have the scope that is going to allow this to be considered, so we can take a look at it. The other issue is when you talk about changing their grades, anybody who's in a position under the contracts, they would not be demoted. We could not do that. It really would be basically for people who would then be coming in on new jobs. But an existing employee would not be affected by a reclassification.
I have a motion and a second. I'd like to call for the vote, please.
Aye. Aye.
Everybody's aye.
Aye. Passes 5-0.
Well, if you've been anywhere near the Pahrump Nugget, you've seen the racers here in town. We're going to tell you what that's all about after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, defendant William Tolt is going to sink or swim in 77 days, according to Judge Kim Wonker. This week, he was in front of the Hammer, who also is in charge of the drug court program. Tolt was caught with methamphetamine in his system while incarcerated. Defendant William Tolt was in District Court Kim Wonker's courtroom this week for a hearing on a probation violation. Tolt, who was arrested for various crimes, including sales and use of methamphetamine to minors, battery with a deadly weapon, child abuse and neglect, and possession of drugs and under the influence of drugs, has now been arrested for bringing contraband into the detention center. Tolt had already served 287 days of his sentence and had 77 days remaining.
I have to tell you, he was an absolute jerk to my staff. My staff wanted to drug test him. He was very rude and disrespectful. It's unacceptable. So I hope he steps himself back in here. But that is unacceptable.
The defendant was represented by attorney Jaherna Shahani. Shahani asked the judge that her client go to a diversion program.
I believe that, and I hope that the court would consider revoking him from diversion, allowing him to get treatment, and then letting him finish the term of his probation.
Deputy District Attorney Brent Percival says that the county needs to stop paying for the defendant and have him take responsibility for his actions.
Usually I try to be the voice of moderation and caution in these situations, but let's look at what this really is. I mean, he's been given a chance to go to inpatient drug treatment where his every need is cared for. And he's hoarding cigarettes, hoarding candy, hoarding this, which he no doubt knew were against the rules, or he wouldn't have been hiding them in his room. It wouldn't have been necessary to hoard them. But nevertheless, he kind of gets by with that, and then he comes in and tests dirty for methamphetamine because, my gosh, his monster must have been contaminated. And now that he's here and he really wants no consequence, well, let me go and I'll come into drug court and pee in a cup for you every 2 weeks or once a week or twice a week. And as long as I pass that, we can get done with it. How about this? How about he does his 77 days and is done with it, and we can quit babysitting him? And we can quit wasting the state's money and the county's money and the drug court's money, and we can just wash our hands of this. Put him in jail for 77 days. If he doesn't figure out that his lifestyle right now is not the right course of conduct to keep him comfortable while he's in there for 77 days, well, I'm sure we'll see him again.
In the end, Judge Kim Wonker decided that defendant Tolt finish out the 77 days remaining on his sentence and be released from jail. Well, racers, start your engines. Legacy Racing is back in town. The annual off-road race is beginning tomorrow morning with a parade north up Highway 160 to the town of Johnny.
Pahrump welcomes Legacy Racing to their third year of Desert Showdown. Tomorrow morning, January 28th at 6:15 a.m., dozens of teams will take off hoping to take first place in the 250-mile off-road race. This race will go through the desert up Highway 160 northbound to Highway 95, looping around Highway 374 in Beatty. The racers will then put their pedal to the metal and speed down to Pahrump Nugget to pass the finish line, hoping to win the prize. The winner will be taking home a trophy and $1,000 cash. Legacy Racing would like you to know that if you would like to live stream this event or see the race schedule, you can visit their website at legacyracing.net. Legacy Racing would like to remind you that if you are traveling through Las Vegas this weekend, the I-15 northbound and southbound will be closed, as well as Russell and Flamingo. All lanes will be closed. This is their first race of the season. Following this Desert Showdown race, there will be a construction battleground race in March. This 325-mile race in Caliente, Nevada will be open for registration on February 1st. Following that race, there will be a Baja Nevada race in May. This 650-mile race takes drivers from North Beatty to Hawthorne and back down to Tonopah. For more information about Legacy Racing or to possibly register for an upcoming race, you can visit their website at legacyracing.net.
All right, we'll return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. A woman from Illinois is suing Sazerac Company because she says the mini bottles of Fireball Cinnamon malt beverage do not have the whiskey inside the drink as advertised. The bottling plant in Lewiston is flavored to taste like whiskey, according to Anna Marquez, the plaintiff. She says that is misleading. Fireball is known for its staple Fireball Cinnamon whiskey. The mini bottles of malt with no whiskey are sold in grocery stores, gas stations, and convenience stores. The suit says they're almost identical to the original Fireball bottles, besides the removal of the word whiskey. The complaint is asking that the company distinguish between the two so customers can tell the difference. Fireball Cinnamon whiskey has 33% alcohol by volume, while Fireball Cinnamon has 16.5% alcohol by volume. Well, you may have seen him around town, a man who officers say has been arrested before for indecent exposure. Suspect David Guido approached officers recently naked, but not before relieving himself.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office are reporting they've arrested an individual by the name of David Guido. On January 12th of this year, deputies were dispatched to 500 North Highway 160 Country Fuel Pumps in Pahrump. Upon arrival, the deputy observed a naked Hispanic male in the desert area directly to the north of the county fuel pumps. Upon approaching, the male then allegedly kneeled and defecated while fully naked in view of deputies and other citizens at the gas pump. The naked male was identified as David Guido. The deputy was advised by Nye County Sheriff's Office dispatch that David has a non-extraditable warrant out of Clark County for indecent exposure. David was placed into custody and transported to the Nye County Detention Center without further incident.
Well, a new camp is slated for the Alamo in Nevada for the 4-H Club. Mikey Ruhan explains.
A collaborative agreement among University of Nevada, Reno Extension, Clark County, and Lincoln County will soon bring a new educational and outdoor experience to the youth of Southern Nevada. The agreement, approved by the Nevada Board of Regents at its September meeting, will provide a venue for a 4-H camp and youth educational activities in Southern Nevada, similar to the 32-acre Nevada State 4-H camp at Lake Tahoe. The new 4-H Camp and Learning Center is located in the Lincoln County community of Alamo, about 100 miles north of Las Vegas. The 72-acre property was purchased this week from Leadership Possibilities International and is located at 1536 Alamo West Road. The current layout contains 17 rooms that accommodate 72 guests and has a variety of outdoor recreational amenities. For day use, the property can accommodate more than 200 guests. For more information on the 4-H Camp and Learning Center in Southern Nevada, contact Sheila Bray, Community Partnership Coordinator, at 702-257-5560.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
I'm excited to find out what our weekend weather is gonna be like, and we'll find that out right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Lovely to see you locally and worldwide on the local BTV app, the app you need on your phone in 2023. Let's take a look at Fernley and Carson City. Tie-in today for the Cool Spot Award winner and also the crunchy outside layer of a weather cookie with Fallon in the middle at a fluffy 46. We see Tonopah 45, 47 out in Goldfield. That's a prime number, so you know it's good. 59 in Beatty, 60 out there in Amargosa is the hot spot, 56 in Las Vegas, and 67 nice degrees. Kind out in Death Valley, but here in the paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look at 53. Rejoice. Pretty good. 58 a little bit earlier. That was our high today. South-southeasterly winds kindly at 3 miles per hour. And that humidity started kind of on the bone dry scale at 28% this morning as the sun rose at 6:48. Set this evening just a few minutes ago, 5:05, and we're heading down for a low tonight of 32 degrees. Looking for those partly cloudy skies to obscure the stardust, but watch for the beautiful colors as you look out your window right now. East-northeasterly winds to 5 miles per hour, and humidity at 47%. Usually that smells like rain or clouds, but I know tomorrow, sunshine. Oh, a good day of sunshine. On a Saturday, what a way to start the weekend. 58 degrees, and Sunday, winds kicking up a little bit and bringing in a bunch of clouds and a little bit of rain. More rain on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, things dry out. We got sunshine. We got temperatures ramping up from 50 degrees all the way to 60 degrees by Friday. And so we'll start next weekend on a high note. How about that? Make your plans for this weekend. It's on us. It's here. All right, back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right, so I hope to see everybody at Nature Health Farms tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. We have so many surprise guests that I can't mention that are coming to that, of course, and that is at 351 Bernard Street. That's right just north of Bella Vista off of Blag, and we'll see you guys there. That is going to be so much fun. Definitely come and support the animals. This is a fundraiser for the animals on the farm. We'll see you there, and we hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. For more information on that, you can go to Nature Health Farms or NH Farms there on Instagram, or Nature Health Farms there on Facebook. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. Good night.